Hello everyone, welcome to my stamp studio. Today is day 5 of our October Christmas craft along. I can't believe it's Friday, and thank goodness it is. And I can't believe we're on day 5 already. I'm really excited tonight to share this project that Deb Smeek of Delight of My Art has made for us. And I do apologize for starting late today. I had quite the mishap in my craft room. Yes, it's been a day, let me tell you. I'm really glad it's Friday. So, as I was getting ready, hold on just a minute, I'm just gonna turn that off. As I was getting ready, I dumped my entire container of embossing powder over my Versamark pad, which is what we were going to use tonight. Yes, needless to say, it was all over my desk, all over my ink pad, everywhere, and I don't have any more Versamark refill. Then I spilled on my projects, and my projects were destroyed, so yeah, and then just my craft room like imploded. I'll be really glad this weekend so I can sit and actually just, yeah, get rid of stuff. I'm just gonna get rid of stuff. All those scraps of paper I'm getting rid of. All those things laying around I am cutting up, putting away, and having it all organized because I can't take the chaos anymore. I don't know if you can relate to that. So I'm just jibber jabbering here and just waiting for people to kind of catch up, just because I was starting it without an event, and I just want to see if it's going live yet. All right, so it looks like I'm live. I see my little live button. If you're joining me, please say hello. Let me know how your week went. Let me know how your day is going. I do need to kind of get through these tonight. Not that I don't want to spend a lot of time with you, because I do. But it's my son's birthday, and I'm going over to surprise him with dinner and a cake. And yeah, he really needs a good evening. So despite all my mishaps today, I'm going to try to make that work really well. So my husband's rushing around getting some things done for us so that I don't have to worry about it. So he's taken that over for me, and we're going to craft, and we're going to, oh, these projects are really great. They're really cute. So shout out to Deb. Thanks for making these. These are awesome. I had such a great time making all the projects here, and we still have more projects tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning we have 3. Originally we said we're going to do 12, but Sherry made an awesome 13th project, and we knew we had to include it, so we have this bonus project. Now, it's not too late to get the craft along. I'm still offering these kits for another few days, so if you want the whole kit, you get your 24 sheets of cardstock, you get your 2 different packages of designer series paper, you get half a pack each, you get your red and white baker's twine, you get your embellishments, you get 2 full packs of embellishments, and you get the 38-page tutorial, which I am telling you right now, it's detailed, it's pictures, it's everything that you need to make these projects and be able to reproduce them again and again. So we love to be able to make sure that you can actually redo these projects. While it's great to step up things, I want to have something for you that you can actually do. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and flip my camera down. If you get dizzy, please close your eyes. I'll be just a moment. I'll tell you when to open them. I won't start until I tell you. So here we go. No, we're almost there. I can't get my little button to flip here. Uh-oh, why can't it flip? There we go. Okay, you can open your eyes. Got my desktop now. All right, so the one project I stepped on in my shock of spilling everything is this little cute little shaker box that's actually a little treat box. So I'm going to actually do something. I did a little bit of different designer series paper on this one, and I filled it with some of my mints. I'm going to add a little something to this. But yeah, so it's really easy to make. Now, I'm going to pull the directions out. I don't have the other card made because, like I said, I destroyed it. Yeah, I was having a really good day. Pull out your tutorial here. So you have it right here. And in your tutorial, it actually gives you all the measurements you need, how to put everything together. And there's also 2 pictures here of what your box will look like when you're cutting it out all the pieces. Now, don't get overwhelmed by this. Don't be intimidated by this. I know when I first started stamping and I was first doing 3D projects, I'd look at a tutorial like this, like, no way, no, no, way too much for me. I'm not going to do it. It's not bad. It looks like it's going to be hard. It really, really isn't. And I'm going to give you all the steps to make it easy for you. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to tell you about the pieces. I've already cut these up. Again, I just want to be able to go celebrate my son's birthday, so I wanted to do a few things a little faster for us. So if you look at your measurements here, we have a piece of designer series paper. This is 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. All right, so you'll have to cut that out of your 12 by 12 paper. Now, if you don't have this already cut, just watch the video and then replay it and do your pieces as you go along. Then we need a piece of real red cardstock, and this is 9 inches wide, or 9 inches by 4 1/4. So I just took my one piece of cardstock, cut it in half, and then I trimmed this off. This piece is what I'm going to use today to make my sentiment. Now, in the instructions, it says use a 2 inch by 3/4 inch piece, so it's just a little sliver. Because I have to change things around, because I don't have a Versamark pad, and we're going to be doing some embossing, and I no longer have white embossing powder, I'm going to use this big sheet, and I'll explain why when I do it. And then we need a piece of garden green, and all of this paper is in your kit, so you have enough. Is 2 3/4 by 4 inches tall. All right, so I do need, let's see, my red stamp pad and my garden green. So we have those two there. What else do I need here? We're going to move this out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and start showing you, oh, of course, our box bottom. So this piece of basic white, and it's just regular basic white. It's not thick basic white, because we're going to be folding it and reinforcing that box. You don't need to use the thick. This is 6 7/8 by 8 1/8. I know people don't like eighths, but it's okay. Just do it. I'm going to bring in my score tool here, and we're going to get started on the bottom of our box. Sorry, everything is falling today. Anything I touch, I drop. It's been one of those days. I can't wait for to go to sleep and start over tomorrow. It's got to be better than today. It has to be. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to score at 1 inch and 2 inches on all 4 sides. Pretty easy peasy. So 1 inch, 2 inch. I'm going to turn it. 1 inch, 2 inch. You with me so far? It's not too bad. 1 inch, 2 inch. I love making 3D projects. 1 inch, 2 inch, because I like to delight and surprise people, and this is one of those ways that you can do it. All right, that's all we need to do for this. I'm going to go ahead and score my red piece right away since I have my score tool here. So again, this is 9 inches wide by 4 1/4. So I'm going to score this piece at 1 inch, 4 inches, 5 inches, and 8 inches. All right. Pretty easy scoring. So we had a little cutting challenge with the 1/8 inch, but everything else was pretty easy. All right, so let's put that out of the way. We're going to bring this in. Now, when I first did mine, I completely cut it the wrong way. So I'm going to tell you how to save yourself. All right, so find the side that is 6 7/8. All right, so I'm just going to get my ruler here. Okay, this is my long side, and this is my shorter side. Yeah. Wait. Hold, please. This is my 6 7/8 side. I'm going to pull in my little handy dandy directions. I'm going to get to my diagram here. So this actually has me turning it like this. So this is my long side. This is my short side. All right, let me just make sure. Yes, this is my long side. So on here, looking at my diagram, it's like, oh, what do I do? Where do I cut? Just mark where you're going to cut. So I'm going to put an X on the pieces that we're going to cut out. We're going to do our cutting first, and then we'll do the kind of miter work and the finish work on it. So we're going to just start with this. So I'm just going to snip along my score lines here. I'm going to take my time so I can cut kind of straight. I'm going to snip this one out. Remember, we're just cutting the places with the X out. All right. So this morning I picked up the grandchildren from my son's house to take to daycare. And of course we have to sing in the car. Now they're 2.5. One sings with me, one does not. I won't stress you guys out with singing to you. But yeah, so today was Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and the alphabets. So they've been watching Miss Rachel, and so we're going to be learning sign, the alphabet and sign. Not that we need to, but my grandson has a little bit of a speech delay. So we're like, you know what, let's teach him sign, because he does do some sign. And you have to pay attention. Like the other day, I didn't realize he was signing. About 2 weeks ago, I didn't realize he was signing, and we were watching Miss Rachel, and all of a sudden I saw him signing along with her. And so when I said the words later on that evening, he signed the words. So he knows what they are. So it was really good to see that. So now that I know that, I just pay more attention when I'm talking with him to see if he's signing back. All right, so again, know which side you're on. So this is my short side here. So I need to go this way. No, I'm sorry. My short side should be this way. My short side, long side. Long side is up and down. Short side is side to side. All right. The reason I want to do that is I want to trim my box the right way. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut right here. And I'm going to miter these. I'm going to do this first one. I'm not going to cut all the corners first. I'm doing that first one. Now I know exactly which way my tabs are going. So you get that first one done, and you are golden. All right. I'm going to just turn it and do the same kind of cut on the other side. I love how quick this box came together. Now, I'll give you some tips along the way. And I'm so excited when I dumped everything, I came across where I put my mini clothespins away. So I'm just going to reach over there and grab those right now. So I just went to the dollar store and I have my mini clothespins. I have all sorts of little boxes all over. So I put treats in there, I put embellishments in there, and sometimes I forget what I have in there. So I just need a couple of those out. I've been known to throw these in some classes when we've been doing, boxes and stuff like that. I sometimes give those as a little gift. Okay, so we have our pieces all scored, all trimmed out. We're ready to make our box, right? So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to grab our bone folder here and just press along all those folds. Right. And don't worry if these tabs are not perfect. They don't have to be. They're going to be tucked away. No one's going to see them. Unless they take apart your box, of course. And if they take apart your box, then you need to say, hey, you need to go over Best Stamp Studio, my stamp studio, and check it out there. You can make your own box. All right. We have a girl's birthday dinner next week, and I think I'm going to be making some of these. There's 7 of us that go out to dinner as much as we can together to celebrate birthdays. Okay. All right, so now we're just going to fold up our box. All right, and so all we're going to do is really, these tabs here are what's going to give us that reinforcement. I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm going to do. You don't have to glue this together. I like to make sure it stays, quiet, shut. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here. A little bit of glue here, and I'm going to fold this up. When I'm folding it up, I need to tuck in my pieces. So we're going to tuck in this side. I'm going to tuck in this side. I need to tuck this in. All right. So once I get my little pieces there, I can tuck that in. I accidentally bent it on the inside. What am I doing here? Why is that not going in? There we go. It's not hard. I just, it's user tonight. It's just me. All right. All right. So now that I got that one in, I'm just going to go ahead and take my paper clips, my clothespins, and do that. I'm just going to go ahead and fold all these sides in. All right, so we've got those extra reinforcements there. If I remember to get tucked in. Okay. That should be holding good enough. All right. So now, got your box. You can glue those down. I just glued the one just to kind of get myself going. But you can glue that down and make it, you know, flatter in there. So all you have to do is just lift your top here and just add a little bit of glue. You don't need a whole lot. Again, you don't have to glue it. I am just to keep it from coming apart. It really doesn't come apart, so. And I don't even know if Deb put that in her instructions or not to glue it. I didn't look. I knew what she was doing with the box, so I just went ahead and made my box. All right, so that is my box bottom. Now I am going to change this up just a little bit from what she had, and I want to pull a little something in there so I can actually pull my box open and close. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my little trio punch here, and I'm going to grab my little circle punch. And on one of the ends, I am just, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to take my ruler. You don't have to use a ruler, but I'm going to put one, let's see, I'm going to put one right here and one right here. So I'm just going about a ½ inch apart. I'm just putting 2 dots. And then I'm going to come here. I'm going to, oh, well, that's as far as I can go down. Oh, darn, that's not far enough. Okay. Can't use that one. Well, please, I've got another punch. I've got this handy dandy one here. I can go a little further down. So I'm just going to slide my goodness, slide my paper down. And I know about where I want to punch, so I'm just going to put that there. And then I'm going to come over and put another one there. There we go. Okay, so I've got 2 little holes. They're not exact, but that's okay. I'm just going to get rid of my little pencil marks there. All right. We'll put these away. I was really hoping that was going to work, and no, just didn't go far enough. Okay, let's get this cover on. Now, I'm going to take some of our baker's twine, and I'm just going to actually double it up here. I'm just going to thread it through. Actually, you know, we'll just use the one. I usually use a piece of ribbon. I could have used a little bit smaller holes here, but oh well. All right. And then I'm going to thread through again. Just like that. Okay. And I'm going to get my scissors. I'm going to tie a little knot. I want to have a little bit of a loop there. Okay, come on. There we go. And just pull that nice and snug. I'm going to trim off these ends. These there ends like that. And then I'm just going to pull my knot through so it's on the inside. There we go. And now I've got a little pull tab. And you'll see how that's going to work later. All right, so now we've got our 9-inch piece here. So again, we're going to take our bone folder and go along all of our score marks here. this one here. All right. And along this one here. Remember to say hi. Let me know that you're here. Let me know if you're watching the replay or if you're watching me live. All right, so now we're forming our box, right? Don't seal it yet. We're not ready to seal that. What I'm going to do, I want to mark one of my sides. Just pick which one you want. I'm going to, since I've got that burnishing there, I'm going to just put my little X right there. Okay, this way I know where I'm going to place my die, because now what we're going to do is we're going to take our die. We're going to do a little die cutting here. And now I had a piece of, here we go. I have a piece of my designer series paper. Before I put that on, you know, die cut, I'm going to adhere this on. When I adhere it on, I'm just going around the 4 sides. So I just find my Seal Plus. And just a quick reminder, today is the last day for free shipping. So I was offering a special where if you place a $50 order in my online store today, I'm going to send you this tutorial plus my Festive Friends tutorial for free as a thank you for shopping with me. Now your order has to be, you know, that amount before shipping, handling, and tax, and after your rewards. Okay. And then if you spend $75, you get free shipping from Stamping Up. Yeah, and you get my 2 tutorials. And to top it off, I'm going to add one more level here. If you decide to spend $100, you know, get all your extra Christmas supplies for your cards, restock up on your card stock, get your adhesive. This is a great time to get adhesive and envelopes. And you spend $100, I'm going to gift you the 2 tutorials. You're going to get free shipping from Stamping Up. And I'm also going to give you your choice of 10 handmade cards or 20 sheets of 6x6 paper. So when I see your order come through and I see it for that amount, I'll reach out and contact you and ask which you would like to have. And I'll send that right to you free of charge. That's on me as my thank you. And if you have a $125 wish list, stop before you hit submit. I really want you to consider purchasing the starter kit. For one, you'll be part of my team and get to spend some more time with me. But most importantly, for $35, you're going to get that $125 worth of product for $35. You betcha. And Stampin' Up still pays the shipping. All right. Okay, so now, and the links are in the description. They're in the description of the Facebook video and the YouTube video, and I'll put it in the comments. All right, so now we have where we're going to put our tree. Make sure that which way you're doing this, okay? This is your top. This is going to be your side, so make sure you have your tree going in the direction that you need to. And what I'm going to do here is I have a piece that's 3/4 inch. So this is what happened after I dumped all my stuff. What I want to do is I want to put this towards the bottom. So I want to make sure where that's going to be die cutting. So this is where I want to die cut. I'm just going to put it there. I'm going to look to make sure it's straight. It wasn't. Good thing I looked. And now I'll put my top plate on and I'll run it through. So we're going to have 2 trees here. We're going to end up with a red tree and we're going to end up with a designer tree. All right. Now, if you remembered from a day or 2 ago, we did the one card where you used your designer series paper to make your trees. Well, there you go. All right. So I have those 2. So I'll move this out of the way. And I did have to use my large cut and emboss machine because this is 4 1/4 inches wide. All right. Now that I have that, the next thing I'm going to do is take your handy dandy trees that I gave you in your little pillow gift, and you are going to peel off the top, the top adhesive layer. Okay. Remember I told you I'm going to be shaking and moving this week. There we go. All right. I'm going to flip this over, and I'm just going to put this right through there. All right. And once I get it through, then I'll go ahead and press it down. All right. Easy way to do that. Nice, quick way. I like how Deb did this one. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of stamping, and then we'll come back and make our shaker. So I just need my paper here. I'm going to use this for my backing. So here's actually what Deb did. She actually put a little bag of cashews and nuts in there. I'm going to do mine just a little bit different because I'm using mince. I didn't have any extra nuts. And I want to take my garden green here, and I'm going to pull in my pine tree trimming stamp set. So this is one of the featured set of this class. Now you can make the same box using that Stay Warm. Put some, lip balm in there. That'd be really cute for a gift. All right. Now I'm not stamping a tree. I'm stamping a background. Okay. So get this inked up and just start stamping on your cardstock. All right. Turn your cardstock different directions. You kind of want to get this all filled with stars. Let's see if this will fit better. Okay, well, and I just need my little corner here. There we go. Let's get this cleaned. All right. I'm going to close this up before I get my arm in there. All right. Next step. We're going to bring in our box top here. And I want to bring in my little star shakers. Now, I always have my little spoon. I think I put it away. Here it is. My little spoon. And I'm having a hard time seeing comments. So if you're there, say hello. I don't know why nothing's showing up, but it's not. All right, so we're going to take this, and I'm not taking a full teaspoon. It's about a half teaspoon, and I'm going to sprinkle it in there. So just sprinkle it just a little bit at a time, and you can see how much you have in there, because you do want to see your background. You want to see the stars that you stamped here. All right, cover that back up. Make sure you cover it up, because, yeah, it can flip over. All right, we're going to take our Tick a Pick tool again. I'm going to peel off this adhesive layer. Then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to center it right on here. Ooh, mine's a little bit long. Hold on. I don't have the right length. Ooh, come on. All right. Hold, please. I need to trim that down. I'm not sure why I'm off, but I am off a little bit. I need to be 4 inches, and that was just 4 1/8. I don't know why it was off. Okay, so now we're going to go back, and we're just going to center this right in here. Just like that. I'm going to rub it down so that adhesive gets a hold of it. Now I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to give it a good press all around there. And now look, we've got a little shaker. All right, let's go ahead and finish our box up here. I'm just going to put a really strong adhesive. You can use tear and tape. You can use Seal Plus. You can use liquid glue. All right, I'm going to take my box now. And I'm simply, you can either wrap it around like that, or what I usually do when I'm making a 3D project is I usually lay this flat. And I do it that way. Then I have my box. And then I have this, and I need my mints. Where did I put them? Here they are. Oh, well, it's either a bonus or not a bonus on that one, right? So you can put some mints or chocolates, and these candies in there, cookies. I'm going to probably put one more in there. Okay. So now I'm just going to slide that closed, just like that. And I have a little way to open and close that. Or you can hang it. Okay, let's finish this up by adding a little bit more baker's twine. Okay, that one's for my other card. And so we're going to go ahead and make a double bow here. So I need about 15 inches. So I'm just going to use my paper to kind of eyeball about how much I need. Oh, I didn't need that much. Oh, well. 15 inches was for the other card. It's all right. All right, so make a little double bow there. Pull that in. Okay. There we go. I'm going to put it right down there. And, you know, let's just wait to put this on because I want to see if I'm going to really have enough room or if I maybe put it at the top of my tree. All right. So now, here is the fun part. I cannot stamp with my Versamark, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge for me to stamp. I don't have another craft ink or anything. So what I have is my Real Red stamp pad. I did take a moment to go ahead and re-ink that because it was getting light. And the other reason I re-inked it was because when I go to stamp, this ink dries super fast. And I'm just looking for my stamp. I must have put it away, but it's not here. Here it is. I'm using 'Tis the Season. So I'm going to get a block, put that right on my block. All right. Now, like I said, this will dry really fast. So you need to have all of your ducks in a row, ready to go. You don't have time to wait. So this is one that I'm usually pretty good with it, but knowing how today is going, who knows? All right, so I'm ready. So I have my bigger piece of cardstock here. I'll trim it down, but I can scoop really fast with a bigger piece. What I had happen, and the reason the whole thing flipped before, is I was using my smaller piece, and I was using my tweezers, and I went like this, and I ended up flipping everything. It was awful. All right, so I need to just put this where I can scoop fast. I'm going to go ahead and take my sentiment here. I'm going to ink that up, and again, I have to move quickly. So here we go. Put that right on here like that. While my ink is still wet, I need to get my powder on there. Shoo. All right, I'm going to tap it off. And I can add a little bit more. I'm going to tap it off. Make sure I have all the excess off. Now, once I have my powder on there, it's okay. You can take a deep breath. Relax. Okay, I'm going to clean my stamp. I'm going to cover my embossing powder because apparently embossing powder and I are not getting along this week. There we go. Seal that up. All right, so now I've got this. I'm going to grab my heat tool. Now, one of the tips I have when you're using like a gold embossing powder or one of the metallic ones, it's much easier if you have your gun hot and ready to go. So have your heat tool heat up a little bit just before you go ahead and emboss this. The other reason I left this as a big piece, it's easier for me to hold and I don't burn my fingers. If you have a small piece, then use your tweezers to hold on to. All right, so that should be good. So we're going to see this turn gold. Ooh, it's like magic when it goes like that fast. So that's the bonus of having your gun nice and hot. It'll all go at one time. All right, so I'm going to turn that off. I do have to unplug it right away because I'll be taking off and I don't want to have things getting hit with that gun. All right, so now let's bring in our trimmer. We're going to cut that down. So I hopefully stamped it far enough down that I can do 3/4 of an inch. It's going to be kind of tight. So I might be able to turn it and trim it. Oh yeah, we'll be okay there, right there. Okay, so I got my 3/4 inch. So that is my tip. Instead of trying to, emboss something this small, start with a bigger piece and then cut it down. All right, so now where's our box? Oh, here it is. Okay, so right here is where I want to put my tag, but you notice it's right at the edge of the box. I mean, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. It's just a little close to closer than I would like, actually. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab my dimensionals here. And because it is towards the edge, I'm going to use an extra dimensional just to make sure it stays in place. Now, normally I would have put my little bow right above my little sentiment here, but because I had it so low, I feel like I'm gonna have to put my bow a little higher. So let's get our bow, adjust that a little bit. Bring my scissors here so I can trim this down. There we go. All right. And I'm going to take a little glue dot and I'm just going to put it at the top of my tree. It looks kind of cute that way. So let's get our glue dot. I'm just going to roll a little log here. And I'm going to stick it right above my tree. And then I'll put this right there. Get that knot in there. I can slide my candy out and kind of untwist this a little bit and kind of push it right into place. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and add, we can either add some of our shaker stars right on there, or you can add some of your traditional sequins, or you can just leave it like it is. I'm going to go ahead and add just a couple, and I'm going to take a pick tool here, and I kind of want to stay with the gold just because I've got gold on there. So I'll do 1, 2, I'm staying with the smaller ones, 3. Okay, just a little sparkle on there, and if I wanted, I could add a couple more. There we go. All right, just a little sparkle, sparkle. Okay, so that was our box, and I forgot what you called it, the slide out shaker box. Who wouldn't like that treat? I mean, you're gonna have people like doing this the whole time instead of opening once the treat inside. They're gonna be like, oh, this is so fun. It is. I mean, shaker boxes are fun. Okay, let's get to our next project, and then I'll be out the door to celebrate my son's birthday. Let's see. Okay, let's see. What do I need here now? I need, oh, here. My supplies are right here. I have them all cut and ready to go. All right, so the next project that we're doing is our Oh Christmas Tree fold back card. All right, so in your handy dandy little baggie of dies, you're gonna go ahead and grab out this branching out die, an old olive, and your stylish shape banner. So you need those 2 things. And we will need a piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock. And this is cut to be 5.5 by 7.5. This is actually still at 8.5 inches. So I need to trim down 1 inch from here. So I'm just gonna go over here. I believe it's still 8.5. Yeah. So I just need to trim off 1 inch. Shoop. All right. And we're gonna score on the long side at 1 inch and 4.25 inch. So we're going to start this way. I'm going to go to 1 inch, and using my light blade, I'm moving my dark blade out of the way. I'm doing 1 inch here, and then I'm going to go to 4.25. 4.25 here. All right. So now get bone folder back out. So here we go. All right, and now we're going to take this one. All right. Okay, so we've got our little card going here. And so we're going to put this on the front, right? Did I have this right? Let's see. Fold and burnish card. So the shorter side is on the front, and the right side folds backwards. Wait. Fold and burnish card base. So the shorter side is on the front, okay? And the right side of the back scored at 1 inch folds backwards to create a fold back. I'm not sure what she means by that. Holy cow. Let me take a look at my other picture here. All right. So I missed something when I first did mine. Okay. so it's going to fold back. Okay. I don't know. All right, we're going with it. Okay. All right, next we're going to put our designer series paper on. So our designer series paper here, this measured 3 inches wide by 5 1/4 inch tall. Move it this way and put it right on there, just like so. All right, then we're going to take this other piece on here, and I still feel like I'm doing something wrong here, so I'm just looking at my instructions. Okay, I'll be on this side. Oh, and I forgot to turn the light. Sorry, there's a shadow on my desk and I didn't realize that. It's starting to get dark, so there we go. All right, we're going to put this right here. All right. Okay. Now, next piece is we're going to stamp our tree in Mossy Meadow onto our old olive tag. So let me get my Mossy Meadow. Now, I have 2 Mossy Meadow pads. One likes to work and one does not. Okay, that's the one that does not like to work. Where is my other one? Well, we may have to use that one. Here it is. Found it. All right. So now she used the she used this tree right here. Go ahead and grab that one. I have a feeling I don't know. I still don't feel something's not right here. I just don't have something right, and I'm not sure what I don't have right. All right. Okay, so now, we're going to grab our one of our blending brushes here, and bring in my paper. Okay. And I'm just going to put a little bit of ink right along the edge here, right along the seam, kind of. And I like to kind of start off my cardstock and then go on. Otherwise I get that dark smudge that I just got. Okay, there we go. Just adding a little bit of color to that. We've got our paper in here. Okay. We're gluing here. Okay, we're going to be gluing it like that. I'm going to put our white in before I get too messy. I'm going to put my white in. I'm going to stamp my sentiment. So we're going to do Sending Christmas Cheer, and we'll do that in red. Did I have that one out already? Stamp that onto our, oh, got something on there. Right here. Sending Christmas wishes. Okay. Now, we've got a couple other little things in our stamp set here. So we've got some little ornaments. I'm going to stamp a couple little ornaments right across the top. So grab this pen. I mean this block, not a pen. I'm grabbing my mossy meadow here. You could do, you know, emboss if you want. I'm just going to do this right here. So I'm going to grab in my scrap paper again, because I want to do my stamping right across the top. Oh, well, that didn't go well. All right, where's this side? Even though I got a smudge over there. All right. I don't know what that is. Well, I'll erase it later. Let's just get our stamping done here. Okay, sending Christmas wishes. Okay. All right. Get these out of the way. I'm going to put this on the inside. Just like so. All right. Now, normally you'd think that would be the way the card goes. You could leave it that way, but that's not what we're doing on this one. We're going to take this and this is going to go here. I think I've got that the wrong way. Oh. All right. So go like that, and then it'll go forward. All right. So that'll be how our card opens. So let's go ahead. We're going to add our adhesive over here. I'm going to put that right here. Like that. Make sure it doesn't adhere anywhere else. Yep. Well, I probably could move it over a little bit. Just have a little bit of adhesive showing, so I'm going to move it over just a tad. All right, there we go. All right. Now we've got our sentiment here, and we're going to grab "Oh Christmas Tree," and we're going to do that in red. Two. And I just put my red away already. There we go. Two. And we've got our, I already have taken a bow and I've tied it kind of a big loopy bow there. I've got a double bow. And what I'll do is we're going to adhere this on. We're going to take a little glue dot and we're going to put it right on our label here. So grab our roll and, oh, here's one right here. So I want to put it where "Oh Christmas Tree" is. My O is. All right. We'll take our loopy bow here. And which way is that going? I want the long tail to be up. All right. So I got that there. And we're going to have our tag be flat, although I think by having a knot, when I tied my knot, it kind of got a little big. Oh no, I'm putting that on with dimensional. Sorry. I had to look at her directions there. Okay. Oh, I got all these little fringes here. Oh my goodness. How did I get those on there? All right. So I'm going to put that right here. I'm just going to move that so it's off just a little bit. There we go. All right. So then we'll decorate with the sequins. But now when I open the card, it's like that. So just a different fun fold way of opening our card. So let's go ahead and just embellish it. So I'm going to grab some of the stars here. And we're going to sprinkle on a couple stars. Now you can do stars or you can do your traditional labels. It's up to you what you want to do. I think maybe we'll do the labels. I think these will show up a little bit better. Not labels. That is the die cuts. These are my traditional sequins. I'm going to add some of the blue ones because we got a little bit of blue in our paper. So I'm going to go ahead and add a couple blue. That one right down here. That one. And we'll go a little bit red. Now I'm going to do my green. I ran out of small little red ones. And I kind of feel like I need small ones on here. All right. And the red would really make it pop though. So we're going to add some red in other places. Okay. And we'll add a couple. Well, I only have one little gold one. I guess I'll add a larger red one. And I'm going to switch these two. I'll put that one over here. Put that one over here. Here we go. We'll move this one down a little bit. Okay, it's stuck to my nail. We'll get another one. We'll get a larger green one. There we go. Okay, so there we go. If you want to put a couple on the bottom, you can put a couple on the bottom. Totally up to you. But that is our card for today. So our two projects for today were our little shaker slider box. Okay, I love having this little thing in here so you can pull it through. Otherwise, you just push. I don't know what I just did, that it's not moving. Because it was moving before. All right, our little shaker box. Oh, I put too many candies in it is what the problem is. It says, not so much. Don't fill me up like that. Okay. And then our little box here. So I hope you like these. And tomorrow morning is going to be at 9 a.m. I've got 3 projects coming to you. Again, free shipping ends tonight. So get your discount. You're going to save 11%. You're going to save $7.95 or you're going to save 11%. So it is a great time to get your orders in. It's even better time to sign up and purchase that starter kit so that you can get $125 of free stuff for $35 and free shipping. It's a win-win. It's a kind of a no-brainer there. All right, love to see you on my team. If not, go ahead and keep joining me. I love to be here for you and share and inspire you. Let me know how you like tonight's projects, and we will see you tomorrow morning. Take care.